Okay, we're back. For the second part of our video, we're going to be talking about exam frequently asked questions. The reason why I'm wearing this top that says thank me later is because we know you don't like exams, but trust us, you will thank us later. Exams are an important way to test your knowledge. And one day, maybe in 10 or 20 years from now, you'll be thankful that you studied exams. So some exam frequently asked questions.
Yes, we'll go through these really quickly, dot point format, just for you to not stress out about all these questions that you probably have in your head right now.
Awesome, let's start.
Okay, quickly, so
First.
I'm being the student that's sitting in the exam. Mario, can I drive to the Wavell Showground?
Yes, you can drive to Wavell Showgrounds and park your car there. There's a car park off of Rose Terrace that you can use, but you have to pay some money. Okay, our second question is, what should I wear to the exams?
So I'd highly recommend that you wear layers because whilst they have air conditioning, cooling working, you may feel hot or cold at a time, and the main thing is for you to be comfortable during the exam.
Great.
Moving right along, can I bring food to the exam?
You can bring small amounts of food and drink to the exams, so please don't bring like a hot Subway sandwich or anything. They won't let you in with that, but a few chocolates, some lollies and a small drink is fine. Question number 4, what should I bring to the exam besides a few snacks?
So please remember to bring your ID card. You can have all of these items in a bag that has to be locked under your seat. Am I allowed to use a mobile phone during the exam?
Nope, absolutely no way can you have a mobile phone on the desk during exams. It needs to be off and in your bag.
Yes.
Okay, next question. How will I know when I can enter Wavell Pavilion?
Okay, so you have to arrive early. And 10 minutes before the exam starts, you have to listen out to the exam announcer that will give you clear instructions on what to do and where to go. So don't stress about that.
Yeah, and there are instructions out the front of Wavell that tell you where you need to sit. So every student has allocated seating. So please look at those instructions before you enter Wavell.
So Mario, how many other students will be there on the day sitting their exam?
Good question. There's well over 3,000 students sitting exams with you in Wavell Pavilion, so it's not just the human biology students. So once again, please follow all the instructions really clearly. Next question, should I read the front of the exam paper carefully?
Okay, so having just heard there will be other students there, like something like 3,000, yes, you should. You should read it carefully to use that 10-minute reading time, but also just to ensure that you're sitting at the right exam paper, because there will be other human biology courses that will be examined on the same day. Mm-hmm. Okay, moving along.
Yep.
Can I make notes during the reading time?
Yes, you absolutely can make notes during that 10 minutes of reading time. You can make notes on scribble paper, but not on the exam booklet and not on the answer booklet. You're not allowed to write on those, but you can read those obviously and make notes on scribble paper. Next question, can I use dictionaries or lecture notes in the exam or textbooks?
Okay, so let me just stress
calculators.
Or help a friend know. So let me just stress that these rules apply for Human Biology 1A exams, so it may be different for other exams, but no, you're not allowed to use calculators, you're not allowed to use notes or dictionaries for this exam.
If you're a maths student, you might be able to use a calculator, but not in our exam.
Mario, what if I forget my student ID?
Yeah, so really, like Daniela said, it's important you bring your student ID to exams because exam staff will check that you are the right person sitting the exam. If you forget or you don't have a student ID, you lost it, try to bring some other form of photo identification like a passport or a driver's license. If you can't produce any of those things, the exam staff will actually take a photo of you and they will staple it to the exam, and then we will have to confirm that you are who you say you are. And it's always hilarious to look at student photos from Wavell, so please remember to bring your student ID. Next question, can I use my mobile phone to check the time?
No, you're absolutely not allowed to do that. To check the time, to check in on Facebook, etc. That can all wait. The mobile phone, if you do bring it in, has to be switched off and put away in a bag that's, as I've said before, locked under your seat. So no mobile phones around, and don't worry, there will be plenty of clocks around to make sure that you're able to see how you're going and how much longer you have left.
Yep.
So Mario, what if I have to use the toilet during the exam?
Yes, same rule also applies if you're feeling ill
Yes.
during the exam, or if you have to use a toilet, raise your hand. At any time, if you've got any queries, problems, issues, raise your hand. An exam supervisor will come and see you. If it's a toilet that you have to go to, they will give you a toilet pass and explain what happens next. If you're feeling ill, they can also explain what happens next. But just raise your hand and they will let you go to the toilet, but you might have to wait a minute or two. Next question is, will Mario and or Danijela be at Wayville when you're sitting the exam?
Yes, so Mario and or Danijela will both be there. We'll be there 10 minutes prior to the exam, so during your reading time, and 10 minutes into the exam. So this is a really good time again to use the opportunity to read your exam and raise your hand and ask us a question. However, once we leave, you'll have supervisors around you that will be able to do their best to try and address any questions that you may have.
Yeah, and if your question is, what's the answer to question 5, we can't answer that, but we may be able to answer some basic questions or clarify things if you need help during that period. English is not my first language.
It's not my first language, so do
Can
I get
have
extra time?
What's the answer to that?
The answer is no.
Okay.
So this is, if you do have other difficulties with language, this should have been dealt prior to that and you would get extra time, but not in this case.
Okay, and
What happens if I can't make it to the exam, Mario?
If you can't make it to the exam, then you're stuffed. No. If you can't make it to the exam, then you may be eligible to sit a replacement or an additional assessment. If the reason is good why you couldn't sit the exam, please go to the examinations website for more information. On the day of the exam, you can contact the examinations website or maybe send one of us an email if something terribly goes wrong and you're not there. But examinations website, ring them up and they will tell you what to do.
And finally, if you're one of those lucky people that knows everything and finishes the exam early, what do you do?
So the examinations staff do let people leave the exam hall early, but there are certain times at which they let people leave. So again, raise your hand if you're sitting the exam and you've finished it early and you want to leave, and exam staff will tell you if it's okay for you to leave or if you have to wait 10, 20, 30 minutes more before you can leave.
Okay, so good luck everyone.
Yeah, and probably one other final question is when do exam results or final results become available? Do you know the answer to that question?
I think it's 10 days after you set the exam.
Usually 10 days after the exam is when results become available, but we will post some information on my uni to let you know how that's all progressing.
Great. Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Stay tuned and keep it mad.
Bye.